everybody, to another edition of TrendyMum Talks 5.0. It's the Christmas special. Hello, Judith. Good evening. We're glad to have you here. Hope you drag the sister along. So we'll be starting in a very in some minutes. I don't want anybody missing this edition, so I'll just stretch till 6:05 before I start. I hope you're excited that it's Christmas. I am excited. Okay, I think we're good to go. 1 minute more. I hope we had a good day. I hope it feels like Christmas in your climb. Some days don't actually feel like Christmas. Welcome, Titi. Welcome, Busola. Welcome, Olayide. Welcome, UB. Welcome, Ayeteni, Olivia, Titi, Tosin. You are all welcome. We're happy you are here. So right away we'll start. A few months ago, Erica James was appointed the first Black woman to assume the office of Dean of Wharton College, the first ever in the existence of the school since 1881. I was so excited when I read that mail announcing her assumption to office. I had earlier on subscribed to Wharton College email, so I got that alert. Immediately, I sent her a mail congratulating her. And to my greatest surprise, she responded a few hours later, acknowledging, and I was so elated. You may wonder what got me so excited, seeing that I do not know her personally. You see, her win in breaking the glass ceiling was a win for me and many other women. She became the first Black American female dean of a prestigious college. Recently, Kamala Harris is another woman that broke through that glass ceiling, one whose win we all celebrate till tomorrow. Even my 10-year-old acknowledges Kamala Harris. Did you listen to her speech? It was one speech I loved so well. There are so many other women whose win you can identify with. Succeeding as a mother in the marketplace while adorning the hearts of a wife, mother, friend, lover, caregiver, chef, playmate is one that warms my heart and resonates well with me anytime. It was such a feat that drove me to transcend borders, country, and reached out to a woman unknown to me, but close enough by virtue of her accomplishments. We all have dreams and aspirations that are often validated by a first. The first woman or individual to attend any goal or achievement that we have set for ourselves assures many others that they can. Please say to yourself, I can. If we all desire fulfillment, we must move from desire to demanding from life what we truly want out of it. Taking one day at a time is a favorite line. Taking each task per time is another I love. Taking on your many roles as life demands is instructive. Therefore, apply wisdom. You are not in competition with anyone. Your health, happiness, and well-being are and will always remain priority. Do keep this close to your heart while winning. And do have a beautiful Christmas. So here is handing over the steering to our delectable trendy mom, Oge Odidu. In Trendy Mum, it's not just me. There are a group of ladies that work with me to see that. Let me not say more. Let me allow Oge. Let me allow Oge take over. Please let's put our hands together as we welcome Oge. Oge, you are welcome.
Thank you very much, Rosie. Thank you very much, Rosie. Hi, everyone, and good evening once again. I was saying Feliz Navidad was absolutely right in order, or could it be earlier? Anyway, we at Trendy Mum are absolutely delighted that you could and your Christmas shopping, if I dare say, to join us for the 5th edition of the Trendy Mum Talks. As with every edition, today's session is poised to be refreshingly amazing. Welcome once again. However, before I kick off, permit me to give a little overview. Rosie has given us a top line. However, I know a lot of us are asking the question, who is a trendy mom? She is that woman who seems on the outside to have all facets of her life working harmoniously. You all will agree that that's not true. A trendy mom is also that career woman or the business woman who loves their journey and desires to share their experiences and struggles as they juggle the different roles of wife, mothers, working woman, badass bosses, sisters, you can name it. The Trendy Mom Vision was founded by Rosalind Nkanta, who started off by journaling her life lesson and experiences as a working wife and mother, living in today's demanding world and trying to find herself all at the same time. Today, the Trendy Mom vision is being shared by other like-minded women who have single goal of enjoying their different journeys as they carry out the different roles that life has assigned to them. A few of them are contributors, even hosts, while others work behind the scenes to keep the community delivering on its goals and objectives. Trendy Mom Talks, like the one we're having today, is an offshoot of our vision and is a session designed to share, inspire, and equip today's trendy ladies with wisdom nuggets to stay fulfilled as they navigate their lives as women. The goal is to stand on the shoulders of giants and learn how to navigate the spheres of life we find ourselves in. Then you would ask me, who is a giant? These are women, experienced women who have walked the path and are happy to share their journeys and secrets with us all so we can learn from them. Contrary to the popular saying that experience is the best teacher, we dare to say learning from other people's experiences is a better option, that you and I can leapfrog and make new experiences. In choosing today's topic of Trendy Mom Talks, one resounding principle kept on ringing, which was praying about it. Our topic today, woman, winning, and more, is one that clearly reaches the core for me, and definitely one I am privileged to be hosting. Have we often wondered what winning really means? Do we sometimes forget to catalog our everyday achievements and wins? Where and when do we actually stop to accept that there have been some gains to celebrate as women? Wives, mothers, career women, bosses, subordinates, entrepreneurs. I, for one, am guilty of not being able to stop and celebrate. I oftentimes have to be reminded of what I have achieved because it appears that my expectations from myself are clearly so tall, and I get caught up in attaining milestones that I rarely stop to breathe. Our giant today will help bring to the fore the learnings of the topic before us. She is a very special lady to me, and one I'm proud to share this stage with this evening. Before I jump in to introduce our guest for today, may I please share a few ground rules to ensure that we get the best out of this session. All our participants will be able to see and listen to the presenters, but your audio will be muted. Please make use of the chat room to share useful comments and interact with the moderator and other attendees during the session. All questions should be focused on the topic and submitted in the chat room. Now that we have that out of the way, let us meet our trendy mom for today, Mrs. Funke Damilola Isichei. She is, a round of applause please for her. Mrs. Funke Damilola Isichei is a passionate client manager who employs unique and creative strategies to deliver positive customer experience and exceeds clients' expectations. She is a graduate of English language from the University of Lagos and began her career in 2001 in Airtel, Nigeria. She was a pioneer quality assurance specialist, after which she moved to the First City Monument Bank, FCMB, to set up the Service Measurement and Improvement Team. Mrs. Funke joined Stanbic IBTC Group in the year 2010 as the head customer experience and complaints management, and has since moved to serve as head private and executive banking, the highest retail segment of the customer banking business. She became a manager for Ijejo branch, which is a pioneer and biggest branch of the Stanbic IBTC Group in Nigeria. She then moved to becoming the regional manager Lagos Island 2, which consists of the largest region between Victoria Island and the Lekki area. Thereafter, she is the head corporate and investment banking operations, a position she holds up until today. In addition to her first degree, Funke holds a master's degree in international law and diplomacy from the University of Lagos, as well as an MBA in finance from the University of Manchester. Wahoo! Her unbridled quest for knowledge has propelled her to take a doctorate degree in management from the Walden University in the United States of America. She has officially mentored at work for about 16 years. And at the prestigious Women in Successful Career WISCAR for about 7 years. I am a beneficiary of that mentorship. She possesses skills in people management, training and development, business development, project management, relationship management, sales, customer experience, operations, amongst others. Funke is a certified trainer within and without the country, and is versatile in topics ranging from customer experience to sales, to leadership, soft skills, and even motivational engagements. We're looking forward to that. Her versatility is a unique quality that has made it possible for her to adapt and excel across distinctive turfs. She believes that everything can be achieved with the right mindset, high skills, and of course, a positive attitude. In her personal capacity, Funke holds strategic roles in church, where she serves in various leadership capacities, some groups, NGOs, and foundations. She is also a consummate public speaker who has passionately engaged at forums, especially where discussions are on improving the lives of women and the girl child. Trendy Mum falls in this category. Her most outstanding attributes One that I can testify to is her passion to develop younger colleagues and leave lasting legacies in every team that she leads. Over the years, Funke has groomed many younger colleagues, and today, her growing list of proteges are strategically positioned in high-profile roles within the telecoms, banking, and other industries. Hence, her nickname, Mentors Mentee. Finally, Funke was assigned to me as a mentor in the Win with WISCAR annual mentoring program in the year 2015. And I tell you, from the very first meeting, it has been one that has been most beneficial for a relationship in my life. It is with great pleasure that I welcome Olufunke Isichei to the Trendy Mum Talks 5.0, our Christmas edition. Please join me with a round of applause as we welcome her. I feel like Santa already.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Olufunke. I actually did Oge told me to do a playful bio, which I did, to show that I'm not all serious, as my official bio shows most of the time. I can be very playful too. I love to dance. I love music. I talk. I don't know if I should say I love to talk, but I talk. Like I do like to have conversations. I do like to have debates, and I think that's it about me. I love God so much. It's the first thing I tell people about myself. I love God, and I I think that that is basically what it is that is about me. And so one thing that I've grown to like in my adult life is women coming together to do things. So for me, it's very important that Trendy Mom has this initiative. So yes, so that's it about me. I love God. I love anything that has to do with women and the girl child. I'm passionate about things about women and the girl child. I think that's all that there is to know about me. I am married with 3 boys. I love family. But I think as I go into my slides, you realize that you will know me from what I say. So not to draw too much. So is that okay for an intro?
Yes, please.
Okay. Yeah, so our title is Women, Winning and More. And why did I put the more? Is because a lot of women are winning now in business, in the workplace. Women are winning, women are leading. But it's not enough. We want to do a lot more. But I just thought, in appreciation and recognition of the women that are already winning, and I believe we're all winners too, if we believe, I mean, in one faith or the other, it teaches us to have a winning mindset and to win at life. I like what you said about Trendy Mum being people who seem to have it all together. It's hard to have it all together, but it's a mindset to start with, and then you can deal with everything else. So I'm going to just start by saying, why should women come together? So a lot of times I get to talk to people about women doing things together. People always ask, why should women come together? What's the need for women to come together? There's also some very distrust around women coming together, thinking, oh, women come together to plan against men, women come together to maybe gossip, or that it's not for edifying things. I think it's very important for women who want to succeed to come together, because we are late starters in coming together. Let me just put it that way. And I'm going to take you through 1 or 2 things that will show you that we really, if we need to win, if we need to be equal to men in the workplace. So there's equality, there's equity, And what we are talking about is having the same opportunity as the next person, regardless of gender. That is what I talk about here. So when I talk about feminism, I don't bother to go into what people's faith says they should do. A Christian will practice feminism as the Bible allows. A Muslim will, as the Quran allows. But when we are talking about women winning together, it's nothing more than giving women an opportunity to thrive and excel in the world the way men have it. It's nothing more than giving the girl child an opportunity to train and be educated the same way the boy child is. And I'll show you one or two things. It's a man's world. Or should I put a question mark? Is it a man's world? I'd like to have an answer. Would someone like to share?
I think the question mark works.
Is it a man's world? Let me show you some quick statistics. So this is not Nigerian statistics because I don't want us to start looking at the way our country is and how underdeveloped we are and think it's shaping this conversation. No, these are global statistics. So in the US, women represent 47% of the workforce. And in 40% of families, women are the breadwinners. They're actually the only breadwinners in 40% of families in the US. Companies in top quartile for gender diversity are 15% more likely to outperform competition. It means that companies that are headed by women, they do better, 15% more scientifically proven than competition. We earn more bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degrees in the US than men. That's another fact. Women control 70% of household spending. That's about 12 trillion in developed countries around the world. Remember I said these are global statistics. This is Gallup I'm quoting. And growth in women-owned businesses, it has outpaced the overall increase in new businesses 1.5 times point. So that's to tell you that women are doing great things. But then, despite that statistics, let me just tell you something quickly. In the US, women earn 79% for every dollar a man earns on the average, which means every time they pay a man $1, they pay a woman 79 cents, which means the woman is already at an earning disadvantage, despite all the statistics I gave you about how they are doing more in businesses, in education, from doctorate to master's degree. Even among new college graduates, men out-earn women by 18%. So you can see how there's already why women need to come together to do things differently. If not for any reason, at least to be able to win in the workplace. So in the workforce for S&P 500 workforce, women represent 45%, but only 4% of CEOs are women. So just look at that difference. And in a study of nearly 22,000 publicly traded organizations worldwide, 60% have no female board members. So when people tell me, why do women think they need to work? Why do they think they need to come together? Why do they think they need to go the extra mile? It's because of statistics like this. So globally, women hold 24% of senior leadership positions. It was in the US. US is 21%. Is best at China, where there are 51% of senior leadership slots for women. So again, men hold 62% of manager positions to women's 38%. Fortune 500 CEOs, only 5% of them are women. This is an improvement. 2 years ago, it was 4%. There are still nearly 13 companies run by a man for every company run by a woman. So before you see woman CEO, you pick 13 male CEO. In 2019, the proportion of women in senior management, it rose to 29%. It was 27% before then. This is the highest number that has been recorded, and it's still at 29% today. Women are only 7% of top executives in the Fortune 100 companies. We occupy only 10% of top management positions in 1,500 S&P companies. There are just 26.5% of executive and senior officials and managers that are women. So this is why women need to do better in coming together, in teaching ourselves, in growing together, in grooming ourselves. And 64% of women face microaggressions. Now, what are microaggressions? They are those things that are done to women in the business world, in the workplace, that are not really defined, but it diminishes us. So it's why you need to teach a woman, or you need to show a woman how to be confident, how to speak, why your knowledge must be clear, because you are assumed not to know in the first instance. So a man has to prove that he does not know, but a woman has to prove that she knows. Just if you can just think about it like that, this is why we must come correct. So when a man raises their voice or speaks strongly, they are assertive. When we do it, we are aggressive. The man is firm, the woman is neurotic. The man is expressive, the woman is disrespectful. So there's a lot working against women, and that is why in a number of ways, we have decided to work together to help shape the world for women, and especially the girl child who's just growing. So we live in a society that teaches women to be careful not to get raped instead of teaching men not to rape. And that's why you see a lot of aggression around the social media, around, is because of where we're coming from. But I believe there are positive ways of changing the system, of changing the world, of changing women and improving things. Because the first thing to note is that the man is not your enemy. Nobody is actually. Only you can be your enemy. And I've come back to that quote. So it's a man's world, but it wouldn't be nothing without a woman or a girl. So the question mark was to show you that it's mindset all along. It's been a man's world, but you would agree with me that will bring a color into the world. Even in the Bible, in those days, women arranged things in church. Women organized, women coordinated. We can multitask. I was talking to one of my colleagues yesterday, and I was saying, she said, "Okay, wait, let me write it down. I'm not like you. It's too many things at the same time." And I started laughing. Because if someone was saying those things to me, I got them all. Not because I was smarter, but just because I'm a woman, I could pick them all. So we are gifted in a way that we don't know. And so we need to win, and we need to continue to win. Nelson Mandela once said, "I never lose. It's either I win or I learn." So the first lesson in winning is that the mindset is where the work begins. Even when you try something and it fails, you can't give up because you have learned. You've learned how not to do it again. You've learned how to do it better in future. So the first point for me to these ladies tonight is to have a value system. Everything you do should be driven by a value system. And your value system can have defining who you are. If you have a job, for instance, if salary dictates how you are in life, there are times you will not earn as much as you need. There are times you don't get the promotion you deserve. There are times you have a job you don't like. What keeps you going is your value system, because something other than that salary should be driving you. If you're in business, this year I pity a lot of business owners. I don't know what they've achieved with COVID. We spent almost half of the year first lockdown. I'm not sure people could do a lot, but something has to keep someone going, and it's that value system. So for me, I'll share my value system. There are over 1,000 values in the world, and you can actually decide to choose yours. It's what you are. The fourth for me is my faith. I can compromise on my execution, but I don't negotiate my faith with anybody. I'm a Christian, I know who I am. And so whether I'm in the workplace, whether I'm just in a social gathering, everywhere I go, there's an overriding value for me that reminds me that I can't do 1, 2, 3 because I'm a Christian. I once heard Pastor Tony Rapu say, "You are not a thief because you steal. You steal because you're a thief." So one has to come before the other. So I don't do some things because I'm a Christian. And so it makes decision making very easy for me. It makes behavior issues very easy for me. In the workplace, social gathering, it helps me to go, and it defines who I am. Family is another value that is very important to me. I do not joke with my family, my husband, my children, my siblings, my parents. And in this world that I'm in, I've earned a lot of people I call family. I'm a firstborn, but I have like at least 8 elder sisters that if I had an elder sister given birth to by my mom, they won't be closer to me. I have egbons and I love them and their family. And so I would consult them. I would learn from them. I would look up to them. And in choosing family that is not your original family, it will also be people that align with your values and your faith. Friendships matter to me. I am good with my friendships. I choose my friends carefully. Where I spoke before, I told them that if you have to change your clothes to meet a friend, that is not a friend. If a friend is coming into your house and you have to rearrange your house, that is not a friend. So my friendships can easily meet me in any state. I don't need to or act or pretend to people I call my friends. I'm loyal to them and I demand their loyalty. And it's hard for me to have a friend that I'm ashamed of, because you would find that my friends, the values we have, they're similar. And so I always tell women, if you want to excel, if you want to win, make sure you have surrounded yourself with people who think in ways that edify you, that bring you up, who add value to you, who don't take away from you. Friendship is supposed to be beautiful. It should not be stressful. Mentorship is important to me. I've been through a bit of struggle in my life, but I noticed that no matter what I'm going through, I don't hesitate to hold someone's hands. It's something that comes natural to me. I care about how people grow. I care about how younger people behave. I care about, even on social media, they've given me nicknames. They call me Madam, they call me different names. They say peacemaker. If I see a young person insulting an old person on social media, I go inbox and I say, you can't do that. I act on social media like it's real life. If someone is older than me, I call them sister on social media. It's just who I am. So mentorship is important to me. It's hard for me to see a young person going astray and not have a say if I have the opportunity. If I see young people in the workplace, especially women, I like to engage them and follow up on their growth and development. And this is important to me. It matters to me what happens to women, what happens to widow, what happens to the girl child. It matters to me what happens to the underprivileged. So this is my value system. You can decide something else is your value system. You can decide other things are your value system. But this should be what drives the person you are. This is what makes you authentic. Ideally, people around you should be able to say, this is how Funke will behave in this instance or not. I once had colleagues and a consultant that we're using in the bank sent me a gift, and they gave it back to him and said, I would not take it. They didn't wait for me to come and see how big it was. They knew I was not going to accept it. That is my value system. So I always encourage women, you want to be taken serious in the world, you want to win before you speak, let your value system be obvious. If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. And people really do not typically respect people who look like they're anything goes. So we need to understand that authenticity is critical to who we want to be as women. The second is to define success on your own terms. Achieve it by your own rules and build a life you are proud to live. Now, what are your terms? I keep seeing debate on social media. They say marriage is not an achievement. Says who? It depends on who. Marriage can be an achievement for me. It can be for some other people. Career, it may be the achievement for someone. Entrepreneurship may be it. Academics may be it. Motherhood may be the achievement. Single motherhood is an achievement. To say, I don't believe, this is what I want to do. Maybe I'm old, I do not have, but I want a child. Either I adopt a child, either I take someone's child. Whatever it is you want to do, it becomes your own achievement. Don't let the world define you by your standard. If your faith is defining you, your personal values should be defining you. So even your friendships, your public persona, it should be an achievement. And this is why I say that you should juggle your balls. There are so many things for a woman to do to this world: career, marriage, entrepreneurship. Sometimes you're not even married, but you have children to deal with. You need to now look at the things that will not fall. The speaker that spoke before me at the place I spoke today, she said that I've always known that some balls are very important that you don't drop, but she put it quite succinctly today. She said, they are glass balls. When you drop them, they break. Now, for me, my glass balls will be my faith, my family, they are so critical to my existence that if I break them, then I probably would not be fine. So, but you have to decide what's your glass ball. What can you not afford to drop? And the third point today is to know your value and own it. If you don't know your value, nobody's going to value or respect you, and it's going to be hard to win. You win because you know your worth and other people recognize your worth. So you have to do a self-evaluation. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What are your threats? What are your opportunities? Your strengths and weaknesses are within your control. They are personal to you. Your threats and opportunities are external. They can impact you either positively or negatively. So you need to do an honest assessment. Who am I? Define your worth. What do I have? What do I want, or who do I want to be? What do I need to be where I want to be? How do I get there? Who will help me? And then you draw a map. So you draw a flight plan. If you need to get another degree, that's fine. If you need a certification, that's fine. If you need some training, expertise training to be able to do something in your business, that's fine. But you need to define your worth. You need to develop yourself and do not negotiate on who you are. So I usually will say, know your worth, then add tax. So I'm Olufunke and more, because I know who I am, and then I've added some tax. So if I own my value and own it, nobody will bring me down. The fourth point for me is to do yourself and you want to be. When I mentor people, I always tell them that when you're speaking to your life, don't speak of your life today, speak of your life tomorrow. Where do you want to be? So they say the average woman makes decisions based on who they are now. And the high value woman will make decisions based on who they want to be. Always remember there's a future. Do not shortchange yourself, defining yourself by today. Don't plan a future with people who don't have future plans. So I always say, when I talk to singles, I always say to them, when you are meeting the man, tell the man who you are going to be. When my husband met him, I told him that the least education I will have is a PhD. I may be a professor, but I'm not sure. Depends on when I get tired. And so if I tell my husband I'm going back to school today, when I said I was going to do my second master's, he wasn't shocked. He wasn't inconvenienced. He understood, because we have talked about these things. So even if you're married and you still have a lot of aspirations, you need to break the news now to your man to say, this is the woman I'm planning to be. These are the things that I need to do to get there. This is how I hope you can work on this journey with me. Those conversations are better, they're healthier. And if you're not married and you're hoping to meet someone, when you meet the person, define the woman you want to be. That future must be in sight. So, and also in your self-confidence, I always tell people, some people are in jobs they think is beneath them. They're managing it because perhaps you're a lawyer, you're working as a receptionist because you can't get a job as a lawyer. Not behave like a receptionist because you know who you are. You are a lawyer, and you should behave like that woman you want to be. And you see that you'll be always ahead of your game and you'll be winning. This is also why some people are exceptional in performance, while some people are just average. Those who are exceptional, they're already seeing themselves ahead of the place they are. You understand what I'm saying? They're seeing themselves ahead of the place that they are. They think that because they know where they are going, they already behave like it. And it's easy to give those people more responsibility. Imagine that you want to take a contract from a big man and you go there looking like a riffraff. He will first wonder, if I give this one money, will she not disappear with my money? So you have to dress and carry yourself, comport yourself, engage in a way that shows a lot of respect to you and for you. Sorry, I don't know. My screen is frozen. Okay, yes. The fifth one is so important for women. When women struggle, the first thing I ask is, you are not winning because you surrounded yourself with people who can help you. You need to build a support system, a network, and use it. A lot of us have support systems, we don't use it. If you have people that you can talk to, the church is a support system, for instance, or the church should be a support system. So if you cannot talk to one or two people in church, your pastor, if you cannot engage them when you have issues, when you need counsel, you are in the wrong assembly. You need to move. Marry right. If you marry the right person, a husband should be a support system. Have discussions, get counsel, get guidance, share your aspirations, share your fears, share your, you know, sometimes we are tentative about even our capabilities and abilities. You need someone to say, yes, this is fine. Sometimes I remember those early days when I want to present before CEOs. I mean, I did this presentation this morning. I didn't show anybody, but I've come a long way. Those days, if I'm going to present before seniors, I'll do the presentation, then I'll do it to my husband. Then he'll critique me. Like you're the CEO. He doesn't know anything about my job or what I'm talking about, but I'll present it to him. Sometimes he'll stop me and ask questions. But you see the process. He will tell me, why don't you say this one like this one? In the process, I may rearrange my slides. It will take preparation. So when I get into where the executives are, I don't go into the boardroom like a rookie or someone who's not. So it looks like I've had a dry run. And that's why I said marry right. A husband should be your friend, your guide, your partner, your leader, and a lot of things you want in a man. Be intentional about friendships. Do you have friends that you can take your presentation to and say, review for me? Or can I do? So I have people on my team that I tell you need to go and learn public speaking, because leadership right now is visionary. And the truth is the talkers have the world. If you cannot speak to a team and get their hearts aligned to the goals of the organization, you've lost half the battle, because leadership is no longer directional. You can't be telling people, do this, do this, do that. You need to let them believe, why do they need to do this thing? They have to buy into the vision. And the only way to get people in a vision is to engage them. And you have to engage in a meaningful way that they will not forget what you said and they want to be part of the dream you shared. So be intentional about friendships. Add and receive value. Are you adding to the life of other people? Because for you to have a support network, you must be someone's support network. You shouldn't just be taking and taking. You should give as well. I talk about mentorship. Some people think they're too young to mentor. I don't think so. I think everybody, so the lady who just started working can mentor someone who's just about to do WAEC. Everyone can mentor someone. And if we women, if we do as much mentoring as the men, see, the men's mentoring is so unofficial. They have a head start. All of us are at work. After work, I carry my bag and running home to see that my children did homework, to see that my husband is fine. They are going to the bar as a team. When they get there, they bond. The senior mentors the juniors over a cup of drink or something, but they have a head start. They take suya and soon together. They are gisting. The junior is watching the senior, learning. Have you not noticed that in the workplace, you see a director, a senior, and you just see some people reporting to him. They are shaped and modeled after him, and their success is almost catching up with ease, because as he's growing them along. That's what women don't do. We need to mentor one another. We need to sponsor one another. Sponsorship is being in a room, seeing an opportunity and saying, this sister can do it. Olufunke can do it. Joyce can do it. When I got the Stanbic job, I was referred by someone who was not my friend. We worked together in FCMB, but for some personal reasons, we just didn't click. And one day I sat at my desk and I got a call from Stanbic IBTC to come for an interview. I was headhunted. And when I went there, I saw her on the panel. So when I finished, I said, you're the one that gave them my CV. She said, yes. I said, well, we're not friends. She said, yes, but I know you can do the job. That thing blew me away. And after that, I realized that whether you have a relationship with the woman or not, when you know this woman is capable, put in a word. Women don't have enough sponsors. If you sit in a room and there's a vacancy, they will have mentioned the first 4 men before they remember, but Funke does this job well. We need to speak for one another the more. When you get there, draw someone else up. Redefine family. Why do I say that? If family members make you uncomfortable, let them go. You are in this world for you and for your faith. Anyone that makes you uncomfortable, let them go. If church makes you uncomfortable, move church. Go to a church where you can worship, where you're not distracted, where you're closer to God, not where you're closer to the family or where there's a competition between God and the pastor. You need to be clear on what you're chasing. Your driver is part of your family support if you can afford one. Your cook, your housemaid, if you can afford a PA, get one. Just get help. If you are young and you are raising children and you want to have a career, you can't do it all. You break down and you lose out on something. You either lose out on being a terrific mom or you lose out on being a career woman or a good entrepreneur or on being a good wife. So you need to balance it. Do you want to get helps to do? I remember when I first got married, my mom had taught me, the normal way, how you must cook. And in the first 1 month, we said we're not going to get a help. I don't think that lasted a month. So I'll come back from work very tired. Then I'll go and cook. By the time I'm done, my husband will be sleeping. And so I'll put the food in the fridge. And then one day he says, "Sweetheart, you don't have to come back and cook. Oh. When I get back, I can get something roasted up." So I first started by, I will make all the soups and stews on weekend. And then at some point, you say, when you are not at work, let's spend time together. And so he said, "I'm fine. The house help can give me food." And so I will organize my stew, organize my soup. When I get home, my husband has eaten. I join him where he is. They serve me to there. We are gisting. So we could bond and build our relationships because we realized the things that, so cooking was a ball I could drop or I could juggle to my convenience. So I could cook on weekends or I could not cook. So when I'm interviewing a house help, even when my husband is there with me, we ask, "Can you cook? What can you cook? Describe how they cook this soup." Because spending time together was more important than cooking for us. So you need to sit down and determine what is important. You save money when you don't have a driver, but you want to get to the office very angry, having struggled through Lagos roads. Those are the things you need to ask yourself. Put your energy where it matters. Focus. So I've said a lot of things about you. Focus means follow one course until success. That's what it means to me. Whatever it is you want to do, face it and do it well. Be resilient, grit. Do everything you have to do. Knowledge, hard work, reputation, the matter in who you are. What do people know you for? Do they know you as the person that gets the job done? Do they know you as the person that once they give you, even if they finish paying you for a business you do, you will deliver? Is that how you're known? Because the people I deal with today, when I want to do things with them, I don't do deposit, I just pay them because they will deliver to me. How are you known? Always remember, your focus determines your reality. George Lucas said that. And the last but not the least is to do more. Integrity. Integrity is important. Most people who don't have integrity want to deal with only people with integrity. I hope you know. So even the most horrible of people wants to do contract with someone who is not a thief. Even the thief wants to do some contract with someone who is not a thief. Just understand, people are looking for perfect. No matter who they are not looking for themselves or they are not looking to manage. So have integrity, be known for something, know your stuff and then more. I told you, when a man knows 70% is perfect, a woman needs to know 120% or more to be okay. So you need to know your stuff, put your knowledge ahead of you, let your voice be heard. They say we die the day we are silent about things that matter. If anything is important to you, infringing on your values, on your person, speak up. Just make sure you have that engagement in a very, very mature and reasonable way. Be confident. Sometimes people you look up to don't even know half of what you know, but they present better because they've learned the art of confidence. I love the way our children these days are growing. My son was a prefect in school, and the process, when he told me, was so impressive. They will form a political party, and then in that political party, all the people that want to go for positions, they will share the positions and they will campaign as a party, and they will now win in different ways. So at the end of the day, cabinet is formed anyway, but they've gone through that elective process where there's a manifesto night in the school where each person will come and I remember my head boy, And my second was the chapel prefect. Sorry, they were both head boys. My first two were both head boys in primary school, but in secondary school, my first son was the chapel prefect, and my second son went to campaign to be chapel prefect, and said that they weren't techy enough. He rubbish at the work his brother has done to say he can do more. You know, they said by the time he finished, everybody was screaming, like they were so charged up. Yet it was his brother in that role. But he had talked about so much innovation that Jerry said, Mom, it looked like I did nothing. And that's how we've groomed these children. That's how the schools God has blessed us with these times are growing these children. They learn to campaign, to debate. They are in student representative council. My children have been there since JS1, where they go and advocate for other children to say, this is what we need. These things, so our children are growing up more exposed than we were. But the truth is, in the world we are going into today, confidence leads. Those people who have, some people have apps, they don't go to Silicon Valley, they don't have the opportunity. Then someone has the opportunity and is the one that gets the money. So it's important that we are confident, even as women, and as we are raising children, they must be confident. We should lead by example. People don't do what you say. People don't treat you or judge you by what you say. They judge you by who you are and what you do. So no matter how you go around, say, I'm a Christian, I'm a good woman, I'm a nice person, people will judge you by how you've treated them or how they've perceived you. So lead and live by example. Go the extra mile. If you sell something, there must be a differentiation. People shouldn't just patronize you because you are their friend. I don't want to buy things from you just because you're my friend. I want to buy things from you because you do it specially and nicely. And so if you're my friend, I'm going to talk to you about how you can do yours differently and nicer so that it attracts people to you. Be resilient, manage conflict professionally. There's conflict in every area of life, in work, in business, in partnerships. Be very professional. Women are usually accused of being aggressive, of being emotive, emotional. To win, women need to not be emotive. We need to be logical. We need to speak with facts, and we need to be very measured in our engagement. Negotiate knowledgeably. Don't go somewhere and think because they know you, you will get a pass. Always be prepared. Be at your A game all the time. And don't be a people pleaser. You can't please people and please God at the same time. You can't please people and fulfill your values, your principles at the same time. So you need to be able to stand up for what you believe. And of course, most of these things are soft skills we need to master: negotiation skills, engagement skills, communication skills. You need to be personable. You need to be warm. If you are going to teach people, you need to learn to teach without derision and condescension. You need to be able to show people how to look up to you. And that's it. My last slide says, stop, breathe, and start again. Women, we have the tendency to just keep running and not take care of ourselves. So I say love, love, love. The way I've defined love, I love everybody around me. I hope everybody around me loves me. I don't have a friend that I do not love, not anymore. I don't have a friend that I do not trust. I don't have anybody I'm close to. So I told you I had a presentation. I was at Continental Hotel. I was running out of time. I couldn't make it home. I'm in a friend's study. I didn't think twice. I just called her, are you home? She said yes. She's 5 minutes away from Continental Hotel in VI. I just came straight in, settled myself in her study, and that's where I'm having this presentation. Everyone around me, I have a relationship that I'm proud of with. Do your hair the way you like it. It is you, it is your hair. But remember, you'll be addressed the way you look. My son wanted to keep dreads, and he was talking to my husband, and I was listening to conversation. And my husband said, really, if you like dreads, there's nothing wrong with dreads. It's outside secondary school. But you know, when SARS sees you, they'll pick you. And that's what we are fighting against, profiling. My husband said, but you've been behind the bars before you start to fight. And the matter of dreads ended there. Dress how you want to be seen. I mean, if you want to be a winner, you don't want to get somewhere and people are thinking, are you the girl next door or something? You want to get somewhere and people ask, are you the CEO of this place? Because that's how you look. Yeah. Party if you want to. Go out with your girlfriends. In fact, I did a video where I'm coming from. it is such an amazing thing when you see women bonding, doing things together. When Oge told me about Trendy Mums, I told her I'm so super proud of you all, because it's so hard for women to come together and do positive things. So when I see women do it, I'm always so proud and so grateful. Dance when you
Thank
like.
you.
I dance so much. Even in my church, they know me for dancing. I was sick, and I remember one of my pastors came to the hospital and said, Sister Funke, we miss your dancing. My mommy started laughing. I miss to see you dance. I love to dance. Dancing is good. And trust me, someone who's been through so much in the last couple of months, that dance, that song is going to carry you through, because you need something to take you away from the pressures of the world. In Lagos today, or in Nigeria, is it the price of fuel we want to look at, or the price of rice, or the price of oil, or the price of hamper? There's so many reasons for a human being to be depressed in Nigeria. You just got to dance, play the music that you love, bond with family. Family means so much to me. My siblings, I don't joke with my siblings. I don't joke with my mom. I don't joke with my children. I don't joke with my husband. The families I've inherited in the course of life, I don't joke with them. And my friends are family. Hang out with friends. This one, even I need to do it more. Because between work, home, we just don't have time. But we need to make time to hang out. Let's go for spa. Let's go for massage, exercise, eat healthy, do your health checks, smile, and laugh a lot. This is how to win. This is Winning 101 by Olufunke. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you. I really, really appreciate it. We had lined up a whole lot of questions for you. And they are so exciting to should be intentional about what we do. We should learn the art of confidence. And when you mentioned that a man needs to be doesn't need to be didn't need to be spoken to before he's heard. But a woman, when a woman speaks, he said they are aggressive. So we should do 120%. You know, in everything we do, we must speak with facts and numbers. Our glass balls, identifying it. In fact, a couple of sessions ago, a speaker had spoken about glass balls and identifying which was important for her as at then. And we ought to, for you to re-echo that, that means this is a very germane area that we're taking this conversation to. Most importantly, you raised for us an opportunity for sponsorship. A whole lot of us do not know how to pick the next person up, or sometimes we don't even know how to reach out to someone to pick us up. So thank you for sharing all of that with us today. Your repertoire of achievements speak for themselves, but can you tell us, of all of this, which can you say categorically is your greatest win?
Family. And I'll tell you,
family.
And I'll tell you why. I'm a career woman. I've always been a serious career woman. And I remember when my children got into primary school, when we used to start, you know, those PTA meetings and mothers meetings you go for, and you see that some people have already formed a clique. They stay behind after each meeting. They talk to themselves. They share lesson teacher. And I thought to them that, no, we have another way. We will win this thing. My children never had a lesson teacher. My husband and I, anyone who gets home first will review the homework. We didn't have a lesson teacher doing homework. To my husband, I said, lesson teachers help them do homework, but they don't pass as much in exams. So we raised those boys doing their homeworks themselves. My boys were top of their class. They were always coming first. And at a point, the principal of the school kept saying, it's shocking that is in fact, the top 3 to top 5 children in those classes were children of bankers, of people of working class women. And we were able to prove that you can be working class and be more impactful than the full housewife woman. What if I'm staying at home? I say I'm raising children, but I'm watching Telemundo. So it was a thing of pride to me that my children were top of their class. They were both head boy. The first one handed over to the second one as head boy because they are just 1 year apart. And I thought that was my first and greatest winning. Because if you can run through a career and raise children, and those are the children that the first was chapel prefect. My second son is currently chapel prefect. I have a baby that he didn't follow in such, he's a lot younger than them, and his path is totally different from theirs, but he's still a very good child. So raising boys with all I had to do and raising correct Christian boys, if I say so myself, is my greatest win. It is my greatest win, because people talk as if one must drop. But between my career and raising my boys, none dropped. They were raised properly and I was still running. So that would be my greatest win, family.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Well done and congratulations. I hope we all will be able to raise good Christian children in the future, and we're all looking up to making sure that we all win eventually. So I would like to say we live in a very competitive world. How do you then celebrate your wins without feeling like you have not done enough? I'm very particular about this question because sometimes you just don't know when to stop, to pause, and actually celebrate.
Celebration is something even I'm learning to celebrate even myself. Yes. A sister told me recently, Olufunke, stop and always celebrate yourself because you're special. I think that the world, I remember at one point I used to, in the BlackBerry days, I'll put my children up when they win awards. I will put it that the world is not ready. Isichei boys have cleared all their awards. And then one of my aunties called me and said, oh, you can stop it. The world is evil. Stop showing off your children. Initially, when she told me, I thought, please, don't be superstitious. But you know, I don't put my children out there anymore. I don't put them, they're not on social media at all. In the last 5 years, I haven't showed them off anywhere. So maybe that's the way, but I have learned also for them to understand the importance of every milestone and to celebrate it. So I tell them, if you do this, you will get this, and I celebrate it. But let me tell you what we don't celebrate: women in the workplace. I think that's a place where we need to celebrate one another. When they promote your friend, can you take everybody out for a drink? Because that's what the guys do. So I was promoted this year. I can't remember celebrating it or taking anybody out or being taken out. But I'm saying that if people get promoted, can we women begin to say, good one? Because let me tell you, the person you celebrate is going to remember you when there's a bigger opportunity somewhere. So I think it's something I also need to learn, but we need to celebrate one another more because we hardly do. Even I hardly do. Someone is saying,
thank you very much.
Thank you.
So you owe us a taking out then. Congratulations are in place. Yeah, well done. So, while we were working on the topics and trying to, beat down to what we're going to be talking about today, there was something you mentioned. It was in passing, but it struck me. You said that we need to be deliberate. Could you please tell us, maybe expatiate a little more why you use that phrase, needing to be deliberate in either whatever it is we're talking about, how we put up ourselves, or why would you use the word we need to be deliberate?
So thank you. So in a lot of times when women are talking about coming together, it always sounds like we are playing catch up with the men, like we are trying to chase the men. But we are awesome on our own. We are really very awesome. And we can actually reach for the sky without even remembering there's a man. And so in having those conversations, we need to be deliberate. So when we want to talk about women, we shouldn't talk about women, how to catch up or how to survive in a man's world. Why should I survive? I should flourish. The earth is the world's and the fullness thereof. I flourish. I don't survive. So I don't want to hear how to manage. Something just sounds like we're struggling. But there are so many women leading. We have, even in Nigeria, we have people call Oshika, we have Chimamanda leading in our own area, we have Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. The most impressive public, or what do they call them, political appointee I've seen in my life is late Dora Akinyuli. She did that job in a way that everybody, man, woman, should aspire to hold such a position or a position in Nigeria. She set a footprint that nobody has gone near. So we already have women doing great things who have shown that women can win. So even in talking about women, we shouldn't be talking like we are playing catch up, because the men are awesome in their own way and we are awesome in our own way. And when we say women growing, we should stop looking at it as if we are trying to chase the men. Come on. There are 95% of them in the boardroom. We are 5%. We can't chase them. We want to be part of it. So you have to behave in such a manner that shows it's not a competition, it's not a fight. The men are beautiful in their way. They are blessed in the roles God has given them. We also have our own capabilities and can do so much. I mean, I've seen men, women go head to head and the women were better. I've also seen where the men were better. So we have strengths, none is better than the other. So in choosing topics, I'm always conscious of those topics that doesn't make it look like we want to manage and aspire to be like men, because that's not the plan. We are aspiring to be the best version of ourselves because we're great already. I actually have a video that really spoke to me, but it's on my WhatsApp. I didn't know how to transfer it to my system. I'll see if I can. If you can play it, we are just enough.
We are just enough, and we are here to thrive. Thank you very much for that. I really appreciate it, and I'm sure everyone here appreciates it. I have known you for over 5 years now through the WISCAR program, and even before then, I'd admired you. And now from your profile, it says that you are the mentor's mentor. What does that simply mean? How did you come about that?
Okay, so a number of my colleagues laugh at me. Everywhere I've worked, I have people from those roles who I still mentor today. From my first job to today, it's hard that I lead a team and I don't live there with additional mentors. People walk up to me and want to be mentored. I also have mentors, but the truth is, it's why I've put it as one of my values. I had some challenge that took me out of circulation for about a year. I stopped doing a lot of things. I wasn't even working. But in those times, I didn't stop mentoring. I remember one time a colleague had a problem and called me. I was on a hospital bed. I had not eaten for weeks. My mother was in front of me, and I was talking to the colleague on not resigning, on how to win, on how to turn the situation around. And I finished, I called the colleague's boss to put in a word to encourage. I finished, I called HC to see if they could get another role. And my mommy said, are they paying you for this particular one you are doing? Because the job they pay you for, you are not compelled to do it. Yet you are stressing yourself doing this kind of things for people. But it's become a part of me, and it gives me a lot of joy when I work with someone, they're entry level, and I look at them in a couple of years, they are so high up. I'm mentoring people that I know will be CEOs. I know, I tell them that you've got it, just keep going this way. It gives me a lot of joy to see people succeed, and not necessarily only women. I pay more attention to the women because I see that we give up easily. And so I want to be that person saying, no, you can do it, keep going, you can beat this, you need to just have more strength, more resilience. But even the men, I'm there for them. And that's why I am a mentor's mentor, because even the people I mentor are already mentoring people, but I'm still a mentor. Just the way people are still mentoring me. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. And I can dare say that I'm a beneficiary of that, and I am a proud one at it. So just to say to other young women, mothers who are aspiring to stay relevant while handling roles of being either a wife, a caregiver, an entrepreneur, etc., what advice do you have for them, either specifically or on a general note? And in addition, can a woman dare to want more?
Absolutely. See, we multitask better than anybody. We do. A woman can have it all and some more. I keep saying it. You can have marriage, you can have children, you can have the lovely career, you can have the beautiful faith that will carry you through this world. You can have lovely friends. Yes, a woman can want more. We just need to focus. See, no one can stop you but you. You will always be in situations where, or you sometimes be in situations where it's not the best of time. Take it as a journey. It's a growth. You learn. Just focus. Remember that thing I said about focus. Just focus. Keep doing that thing till you get the answer out. You lose out when you doubt yourself or when you let fear take over. But if you show that courage, and see, let me tell you, there are so many roads to success. If this job is not working, another will. If this business is not working, another will. But just focus. Make sure you're not jumping about the place or looking at any other person. Remember what I said about evaluating yourself honestly, doing your SWOT analysis. What are your strengths? If you do something that is your strength, no one can stop you. If you do something that is not your strength, you have to do a bit more work to show it, but you can still win it with work. But just don't give up. Keep running and keep running in that direction that takes. If you do something wrong, you've learned a way not to do it. So no lesson is lost. No learning is lost. Just keep learning. And I always tell people at work, you either do the job you love or you love the job you have. You see, whether you like your job or not is a conscious effort. It's a mindset. So you may be I've been in roles that I didn't ask for, that I didn't care for, that I didn't want. But the first thing I did was to love the role, because I knew if I did not, I would likely not succeed. So it's either you find the job you love or you love the job you find. Just make sure that what you're doing, you're committed to it and you're going to win at it. There's no way you give your all to something that you don't win. And all is not hard work. It's now smart work. It's thinking before you act. So you have to put we see a lot of things flying around. You need to get in there. What are they saying? Digitization, automation, design thinking. Stop doing work of yesterday. You have to do work of tomorrow. What are the things that are winning now? What tactics do the younger people use? It would be hard for a young person to place me at my job, because once there's a new concept, I jump inside with them and learn it. Like, I don't do like I've been here for 25 years. No, let's learn it together. It's not, I may not need it, but it also helps me to teach those who struggle with it. So it's, again, I'll say for women, important knowledge. Just seek knowledge. Seek knowledge. Steady path and focus. Just remember to focus. Yeah, I think that works.
Wow. Stay focused.
Keep the course, improve your knowledge, be better at what you do. In fact, there was one thing you said, either you do the job you love or you love the job you find. A whole lot of people, this is a big takeaway that I will share with a whole lot of people that I know. And it's interesting that people find themselves in the jobs that they are unhappy about, and then they let what you say, fear, overtake them. So they are stuck somewhat. So thank you so much for sharing all this. While I was talking to you and putting together all this, I asked you, okay, just what are the other things that tickle your fancy? And I was grinning from molar to molar when you kept on saying dancing, church, Owambe. I really wish this were a physical event and would have requested for you to show us some dance moves. But it's unfortunately not a physical event. And even if we ask you to dance now, it won't really catch the moves that we know that you can display. Thank you so much.
Video that I can show you.
Okay, that's cool. You can share with me and I will share with everyone and we can see how it is.
Together yesterday when you asked for a fun profile. Let me quickly play it for you. Promise not to laugh
All
at me.
right.
Oh my God.
Yes, I can see it now.
Okay. So enjoy.
Wow. Thank you for sharing this with us. And thank you so much, Funke, for saying yes to being our giant for today and indeed for the month. It sure has been an amazing session. And you, ma'am, you have been a delight to listen to. All good things, they say, must come to an end. Same goes for our session today. May I please ask everyone, I'd like to say a thunderous thank you to everyone for attending today's Trendy Mums Talk. We hope that the session has been impactful. And we would like to say, please, I will unmute everyone to please join me